If you intend to sell your home in today's market, you may have a few buyers in mind whom you think would like your home and possibly buy it. Or maybe you're approached by builders or investors who may be interested in your home as well, right? Here, I call out the questions for you to ask the off-market buyers to see how qualified they are and the pros and cons of selling your home off-market, besides what else you may want to watch for. Now, are you ready to learn? Let's go. Hey, Ravi with the Rams Group at eXp Realty here. If this is the first time we're connecting, I welcome you to my channel, where I strive to provide meaningful, relevant, and educational content to help both home sellers and buyers be in the real estate know, and I thank you for joining. Now back at it. Let us first look at what an off-market listing first off is, okay? Now, selling a home off-market simply means you don't have to go through hiring a realtor or list your home on the local multiple listing service. These are called off-market listings, or sometimes called pocket listings. Now, why would people opt for off-market listings? Well, you may have told a couple of friends or acquaintances that you are motivated to sell your home and see if they're interested buyers. Or you may even have contacted a real estate investment company to see how much they would offer on your home assets. Or it could be an iBuyer, also called institutional buyers like Opendoor, OfferPad, or even Zillow, who also may want to buy your home assets and in many cases fix it, turn around and sell and keep the middleman's profit, okay? Or you may choose to sell your home to your relative and not want to take on the additional burden of paying realtors their service fee, also known as the commission. Or perhaps you don't have the money to put in to fix up your home before listing it. And finally, you're relocating and need to complete the sale as quickly as possible and move on. These are the few reasons, okay? Now, while selling your home off-market can be tempting, there are a few due diligence items that you have to do to complete the sale successfully. And I am going to call everything out so that you have the full lowdown, okay? Yes, there are a few perceived benefits of selling off-market. And why I say perceived will become clear later. So, let us look at the benefits of selling your home off-market. Number one is to sell faster. If you already have identified a buyer and they're purchasing with cash, the closing can happen much faster than a traditional sale, and sometimes as little as 7 days. And number two, confidentiality. Many home sellers want to sell off-market because they can't or don't want to prepare their home for showings, nor do they want their neighbors to know. Number three, you may be able to sell your home assets when your off-market buyer is an investor. You won't have to make repairs and usually won't have to deal with inspections and can sell your home assets in most cases. And number four, no realtor commissions. Realtors can charge up to 6% of the sales price of the house, which is split with the agent that brings the buyer as well. Now, you'll save on realtors' fees by selling off-market, and that's why sellers choose to do it. Now that we've discussed the perceived benefits of selling a home off-market, I've linked a video somewhere here to explain the 7 reasons to hire a real estate agent to sell your home. After watching the linked video, you'll see the actual benefits of hiring a real estate agent to sell your home, okay? Say after you watched the linked video, right, somewhere, you do want to still sell your home off market. Here are a few questions you should ask before selling your home to the off market buyer. Now let's summarize first and then we'll drill down into each, okay? Number one, start with your why. Ask yourself why you want to sell your home off market. Once you have clarity on your why, number two, ask the buyer how they're financing the purchase. And then number three, ask and verify the off market buyer's proof of funds. Number four, verify if the buyer has any contingencies. And number five, other things to verify are if the buyer is a solid, verifiable buyer. And then number six, verify the buyer's past experience. And finally, number seven, what is the buyer's reputation? Do they close deals successfully and on time? This is important for you to assess. Now, this is true if the buyer is an investment buyer, a builder, or an iBuyer, and does not hold true if the buyer is an individual buyer. Now let's drill into each, okay? Number one, Why are you motivated to sell your home off market? Is that to save the agent's commission, your time, or for convenience, or what? Now, depending on the agent you hire, they may be able to offer you the convenience that you need, plus the time savings. For us at the Rams Group, we're all about convenience and have honed the selling as well as the buying process to the T so much that we introduce several efficiencies into the process of selling and buying, saving you big on time. Now, with time and convenience out of the way, if it's the agent's commission that you're concerned with, just be aware that hiring an agent to represent you will help you to go public on the market, have access to a way bigger pool of buyers. Now, going with a simple precept that when buyers compete, sellers win, correct? Now, this is where having a well-experienced real estate agent with great market knowledge and great negotiation skills increases your probability that you will sell your home for top dollar. And compensating the right agent whom you hire will help you net way more, essentially making the agent free for you. So do your due diligence. Now, all that said, there may be specific reasons that you want to sell your home to someone known to you, and you might just be willing to settle for a fair price rather than netting top dollar. If you choose to do that, just know that you'll never know how much money you left on the table. That's it. Should you still choose to sell your home off market, the following are the things that you have to have a great handle on. So moving on to number 2. Ask the off-market buyer how they are going to finance the purchase. Okay? Now, does the buyer have cash on hand, or are they going to need to finance their home through a traditional mortgage loan or what have you, right? The traditional financing process can take much longer, whereas a buyer with cash on hand will be able to close on your home faster with less hurdles than the ones required by lenders. Number 3, what is their proof of funds? Verify if the buyer has proof of funds or just a pre-approval letter. Now, if they're providing you with a pre-approval letter, remember that it's not a guarantee that the loan will close. A pre-approval letter is only a commitment from the lender to provide the buyer a home loan. They still have to go through the loan process fully, including appraisals or what have you. Now, a proof of funds letter, on the other hand, is a document that shows cash funds available for purchase. Now, it can be provided by the buyer's bank on the bank's letterhead, stating the account holder's name and confirming that the funds are indeed available in the account. Now, in some cases, a recent account statement may also suffice. Now, these funds should be liquid and not be tied up in stocks or a retirement fund, okay? Now, why is that? It may be challenging to liquidate stocks or the retirement account so that you get paid in time. So that's why. And number 4, do they have any contingencies? The buyers that choose to buy homes off market normally would purchase the home's assets either with the intention of flipping the home, turning around to sell for a profit, or buy and hold. On the other hand, if the off-market buyer is buying your home for the value in land and want to subdivide the land, say, they may come in with a feasibility contingency. Now, that's a term which may sometimes last for 6 months or even longer based on how long it takes for them to assess the feasibility of trying to construct whatever structure they want to on the piece of your land, okay? A few other reasons may be that their financing may not be on solid ground, and instead of exposing themselves, they would use different contingencies as an excuse to not go ahead with the purchase. That way, besides saving their face, they would also not subject themselves to a bad review on them should their deal not complete. So you need to do a little digging here and get the complete picture before you sell your property to such a buyer, okay? And number 5, do you know if the buyer who approached you is a solid, verifiable buyer? Now, after verifying the buyer's financing, which you would have done previously, try to understand the buyer's terms, contracts they'd furnish, and make sure that they will not back out of the deal for any reason. Now, besides negotiating skillfully, you want to make sure that you consult with a real estate attorney to verify that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed in the contract forms. Okay? This should help you unless you're a pro in real estate contracts and do this for a living and are very familiar with the real estate speak. Okay. Number 6. What's this buyer's past experience? Is this buyer completely new to the home buying process at all? If a friend of a friend is just getting started with real estate investing, say, you may want to scrutinize the deal more closely. If possible, ask to see a list of properties that they have purchased so far and how those transactions went. Also, what has been their closing timeline? Did everything go smoothly? Is something that you want to check. Them answering these questions with clarity will ensure that you are selling to the right person with the right intentions, okay? And finally, number 7, what is their reputation? Ask to see testimonials. A legitimate individual or a company or a buyer should be able to provide a few reviews from their past clients about the client's experience. Now check the Better Business Bureau, Google, and Facebook for the previous clients' testimonials and see what their specific experiences working with this off-market buyer was like. If you saw a lot of negative reviews or no reviews at all, it could be a red flag and may require you to dig further for more information. Also ask to talk to their previous clients by collecting the clients' phone numbers and personally start calling those clients and ask what it was like from beginning to end so that you'll have a better idea, right? Hey, a detour. If you like the content I've shared, consider subscribing. I hope to provide rich real estate content to keep you updated. Now, feel free to comment below this video and let me know if the data was useful, any aha moments, and what you'd like to see more of, etc., for me to bring that information to you. Sound good? And I totally appreciate your support. And now the bottom line. Whether you are planning to sell your home off market yourself or seek the help of a realtor to help you accomplish the sale and possibly net way more is a decision that takes some thinking. However, if your intention is to truly win and potentially walk away with thousands more, besides having someone else take care of all the details, you deferring it to the experts may be totally the best thing for you, which only you can decide. With all the facts stated, you now know what it takes to sell your home off market and be fully informed. That was my intention. You stay safe and I'll talk soon. Bye.